Please welcome David Flood.
There were moments when they were laughing right along with him and moments when you could hear a pin drop because they were absorbing what he had to say.
My son Justin is 17. Justin has autism. He's my hero. He is kind, he's compassionate, he's caring, but he doesn't understand how to interact in social situations. And I didn't come here, guys, to talk to you about autism, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me, and I don't even want you to feel sorry for Justin. But if it helps you to connect with the place in yourself when you felt lonely, but even more importantly than that, if you can connect with the place in yourself where you realize and recognize when someone near you is lonely, that needs to be reached out to, that's the message today. And Justin is just like everybody else. Not here. Here. We make these snap judgments on people. Stop looking at people on the outside and realize that they're just like you on the inside. So your first challenge for today, look on the inside.
A lot of kids were describing it as an emotional roller coaster for them, a lot of highs and lows for kids. I think he really touched a lot of emotional buttons.
It was inspiring, it really was. I mean, we all laughed, we cried, we were moved. He doesn't talk around problems, he gets right to them.
People tell you, do something nice for someone else and don't tell anybody about it. I'm telling you to do something nice for someone and let someone see you doing it. So when you perform an act of kindness for someone, minimum 3 people benefit. Them, you, and anyone who witnesses that act. So do something nice for someone else and let someone see you doing it. You don't even realize how you're affecting other people. You can make an impact. And so your second challenge for today, I want you to go to 2 adults in the building and look them in the eye and say, you know what? I just want to say thank you to you for everything that you do for me and everybody here in our school. Your second challenge, reach out and give thanks.
I can't imagine another speaker being more dynamic, more outgoing.
I thought it was an incredible experience. I found him to be a very inspiring speaker. I thought that he used his time well. The students responded to him well.
Really, in terms of what he's willing to share about his own personal story, allowing students to really connect with him.
When Justin was in middle school, he used to come home from school every day, and I would ask him, hey buddy, where'd you eat lunch today? And he would say, Daddy, I ate alone. When I was 13 years old, when I was in 8th grade, my mom threw my dad out of the house because my dad was an alcoholic. Every Thanksgiving, I would see my dad before Thanksgiving, and I would say, Dad, who are you going to eat Thanksgiving dinner with? And he'd say, I'll probably just go and eat at the diner alone. So when Justin told me that, all of those old feelings came up. That why does anybody have to eat alone? It's something about sharing a meal with someone that just, I think, so important. And you might invite someone to your table and they may not say anything, they may just sit there, but at least you're with them. At least they're one of, part of, included in. And so your third challenge for today, no one eats alone.
And there was one girl in particular who walked right up to a table that had only one student sitting at it. She sat down, she tried to call her friends over and her friends wouldn't come, and she said, no one eats alone, so I'm sitting here today. And I thought that was really amazing, and that's a true demonstration of what it is that he's done today.
One of the advantages of David is he's not just a guest speaker who comes and speaks at an assembly. Afterwards, he speaks to students at lunch or in study halls or in classes.
It's great that he sticks around because he's validating his true feelings. And I think kids, can see that example. He's modeling that idea that he's vested.
Yeah, I really appreciated that he was willing to spend the day with the students. He just took every opportunity to use all of his energy here at the school for the full 7 hours.
But I would say every second of this was worth what we got out of it, and the students clearly got a lot out of it that they can then apply to their lived experiences beyond today.
But before my mom died, I wish that she had seen Justin graduate. What she said to me was that she said, David, your life is not about you. Your life's not about you. Your life's about Justin. Your life's about Sarah. Your life's about Mary, your wife. And so I would say the same thing to you. Your life is not about you. Your life is about all the people around you. Your life's about all the people you can touch, all the people you can impact, all the people you can influence, all the people that you love, and all the people that love you. That's how you source your life, from the people around you, from what you can do for those around you. That's what your life is about. Walk around like that and watch how your life changes when you care more about other people than you care about yourself. Thank you.